Hey guys, back for another video. This one I'm gonna just like chat and talk about what's been up. Um, what is today? Today's the 29th of June, and we have energetically, it is poppin' out there. So I know I've had a bunch of you reach out to me talking about how intense the energy is. Yes, I'm feeling it too. Um, I wanted to just get on and acknowledge that, but I also wanted to see how you guys were. Comment, let me know where you guys are at. I am sending you tons of love, and I hope that you guys are just riding out the energy. My best advice right now is um, all of the emotions that come up, let them come up, feel it fully. Don't grab onto any of them for too long. Just let it process through you, let it all flow, and then keep it moving. I know for me, first of all, we had a new moon in Cancer yesterday, and I have a Cancer moon, so I've been crying a lot. Not like that's like new, but there's just certain times that my Cancer moon cries are like way more or bigger than normal. And it definitely has been like that the last couple days. So if you don't have a Cancer moon, which most of you probably don't, so if you just have been feeling extra emotional, if you've been feeling extra sensitive, if you've been having emotional things pop up that you kind of like can't get rid of or get a handle on, first of all, welcome to having Cancer in your chart. Sometimes it can be a lot. But second of all, process through your emotions, feel them fully. Don't try and like push them down, and don't try and rush them away from you, or detach. Don't detach. If you detach, then you're not actually feeling it to heal it, right? I know a lot of us on spiritual paths we get like used to detaching from things, but allow yourself to fully like settle into it. Also, if you guys need a playlist, like a music playlist to allow yourself to like sit in your emotions, maybe my telepathy playlist, I'll link it in the description. I have another video talking about telepathy that this playlist was in, but I'll put the playlist in the description box for you guys. It's kind of like mostly sad songs, but it's basically like twin flame separation playlist. So my first year and a half of my journey, it was all the songs from Spirit and whatnot. So that might help you kind of like stir up the emotions to kind of get them up so you can cry it out, journal it out, think it out, whatever you got to do. But I will do that for you guys. So that's the first thing. Yes, energies are intense. There's a lot going on. Like I can feel there's a lot going on. I can, like in my life, it's very emotional right now. And so I wanted to at least acknowledge that. If you guys are feeling that 100%, I'm feeling it too. The other thing I wanted to talk about, well, two things. One, I don't like talking about politics. I don't like talking about the state of the world. I think we all live in it. And I think that, it's almost kind of like I don't want this channel to be about that. But I also want to acknowledge, like, it's pretty crazy out there right now. No matter what your belief system is, no matter what side you stand on for some of the, like, things that are happening. I know I'm in the US, so within the US, we have had a pretty, I would say just that in itself is very emotional. We've had Roe versus Wade, being overturned and the conversations around that. And again, I don't really care what side you're on. I want us all to focus on like neutrality and unity. You can have an opinion, and if it's not the same opinion I have, I can still love and respect your opinion and honor that you are a sovereign person making the decisions that are best for you. You have a direct connection to your higher self, your intuition, and God. And if that connection is guiding you to do something that I wouldn't do, then I honor that because you are a person who is sovereign and can make your own adult decisions, right? that is where we need to go. That's unity consciousness. That's where we're, as a collective, that's where we're headed. Lovingly and compassionately, like, supporting and loving each other, no matter, the differences between us. I think that is one of the main messages that I want to talk about in regards to the political climate. I almost said climate. But anyway, so I just wanted to talk about that. Like, I'm not ignoring what's going on. There's a lot going on. We've got a bunch going on out there, but my compass is always remaining neutral so that I can see both sides, so that I can make an educated decision for myself, but also to look at it from a higher perspective. I truly believe that until we get to unity consciousness, where we're all loving and compassionate, no matter the differences between us, there will continue to be differences between us to show us and reflect back to us that we are not unified. It's showing us how divisive we are, and it will continue to do that. Like, look at what's happened over the last however many years. It's always something that people are always picking one side versus another, right? And it's just human nature. I understand it. We've done this for probably as long as we've existed. But our goal and our game plan moving forward from a consciousness perspective is that we are all one. We are all connected. And that means that you and your unique journey and path, I honor, I respect, and I have love for. Although it may look different and be different than mine, because we are connected, I trust and believe that your journey, you are connected and navigating that journey to the best of your ability with your own connection. And I'm not your higher self, and I'm not God, and I'm not living your life, nor would I take responsibility for the actions of your life. Therefore, that's all on you, and you make those decisions for you, and I hold space lovingly and compassionately as you navigate that. That is where I stand. And I wanted to share that with you guys because I don't want you guys to think that I'm just like ignoring the political climate and what's going on. I definitely am not, but I also have a higher perspective to where I don't want to get into the weeds and stay there for too long. Like, feel your feelings about it, get fired up, navigate through it, and like come back to a higher perspective, and let's come from a neutral stance so we can bring everyone together. We're in a lot of pain as a collective right now. And so that pain has to be acknowledged and has to be processed through. So we can't avoid what's going on, but we also can't stay there for too long. It's not productive. We need solutions. We need to be proactive, and we need to keep moving forward. So that's the first thing. The second thing is we have a huge, well, I guess I'm on like my third thing. Ignore the numbers. I'm not good with that. But we have a massive transit, astrological transit coming up. If you're not into astrology, that's totally fine. All I'm saying is that this Friday, the 1st of July, I believe, is a pretty significant transit for my astrology people. It's Mars in Aries, square Pluto in Capricorn, okay? For people who are not into astrology, this is big energy. This is two very, should we call it volatile planets? Two planets that bring significant energy, transformation. It's gonna stir some stuff up. And that energy, it's as above, so below. So the energy is around us probably now. I'm for sure starting to feel fired up. And I'm making sure that I honor my feeling by not being impulsive in my conversations and not just slow down. Slow down on the road, slow down with your emotions, create more space, minimize the amount of people you see if that feels right for you. It definitely feels right for me. We have massive energy that is about to essentially like come together. It doesn't happen very often, and it's pretty significant change that is upcoming. So the energies are not going to lighten up. We are headed into a transit that is going to shape the rest of the summer of 2022, and it's heading into 2023. It's kind of like foreshadowing for where we're headed. I don't want to get too deep into all of that. I just want to give you guys a heads up. Big stuff is about to happen collectively. We need this neutrality. We need to have a higher perspective, and we need to get to that place after we've processed it for ourselves and kind of come to our own feelings, conclusions, opinions, all of that. But please know that your opinion is just as valid as mine if they differ from one another, and my opinion is just as valid as someone else's. But we can still all come together and love each other no matter what, because it's our decisions, right? Like, we all have our own connection, our own intuition, our own guiding compass, whatever that looks like or sounds like to you. That is what we are all using to navigate our journeys, and they're different on purpose by design. So let's kind of like be the leaders to hold that neutral stance. I know it's hard sometimes, but hold the neutral stance and work on unifying and coming together collectively, even with difference of opinions. That's really what is needed right now. And this big energy that's coming up, if we can really focus on that and being like neutralizing that energy as a collective or for the collective, like that will help where we're headed. That will help with the upcoming energy and transits that are going to get everything kicked off. This is going to be a crazy summer. Crazy. So we as spiritual leaders can truly, by neutralizing the experiences ourselves, we can then have that kind of ripple out to the collective. So I at least wanted to hop on, give that 2 cents, take it or leave it. I'm not trying to ignore the political stuff going on. It's just, we live it every day. And so I want this channel to kind of like be separate from it as I'm talking about unifying. But you get my point. It's like I want us to have neutrality here, because this is already an intense enough journey. But this journey ties in to what is happening on this planet. Okay, so I'll get into that at a later time, but I hope you guys are doing well. Comment, like, subscribe, share, whatever you guys will do. I'll take it all. Thank you so much for being here. And yeah, I am sending you nothing but love, but this energy is about to get wild. So please go slow, rest up, take care of yourself. This is not the time to get lazy about your self-care. So yeah, that's what I got for you. I hope this helps, and I will see you guys on the next one. Okay, bye.